highly appreciate it. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Glad you're back. Hello. All right, let's get these hearts pumping. If you can, somebody let me know if they can actually see the video or not. Hey, Dimples. Thank you. We can see it. Okay. I know if you go look at my video, Calandria, I've already reported on it. I see it. Okay, guys, I need y'all to like, comment, and share so we can get that video up and moving on the FYP so people will know I'm back. That's one way people will know that I'm back. Hello, people in YouTube land. I know it's been a minute. Good morning, Letitia. Good morning, Elizabeth. Good morning. Y'all, I forgot to put on shorts. Oh, well, I'm at home. Hello, 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 hello. We've got a lot to go through. And I'm actually early and on time. Hi. Hello. Okay, can we get the hearts pumping? Yay. Hey, cousins. Hi. I know I've been gone for like a week. I needed that break, y'all. Y'all understand? I needed that break so bad. I was having really bad anxiety. I missed y'all too. I'm feeling better. I've been having anxiety coming back, but I'm back. I am back. I am back. So let's get this shit popping. We already know that Epstein file is not being released. Last night in the dead of night, in the dead of night, Republicans voted 6-5, with one Republican moving over to the Democratic side to not release the Epstein files. Okay, Republicans decided that they weren't going to allow it to go through. Now, this was an amendment that was put in because they were voting on the cryptocurrency and the defense package. And Democratic Representative Roy Connor, he introduced the amendment. And Republicans said, no, we're not doing that shit. So if y'all are mad, be mad at Republicans, because that's the only reason we're not going to see this list. We're not going to see this list. And on top of that, baby, Steve Bannon has reported, I don't know, I hate the lighting over here. Steve Bannon has said that this may cost Republicans the primary. And I agree. This may cost the Republicans their primary if they don't get their shit together. Okay? Let's be real. There are 40 seats up next year for the primaries. There are 40 seats for Republicans are going to have to fight for in the House. And it is going to mess them up, because what I have watched over the past week is that Republicans care more about this Epstein list than they care about anything else. And the reason they want this Epstein list out, it's not because of Donald Trump. It is because there's little YT girls that could have been affected by this. You have to think about it. Who are the victims on this Epstein list? And I had to think about it. Who are the victims on the Epstein list? Nothing but little white girls. That's why this list matters so much. And boys, that's why this list matters so much. It only matters because of the victims. It does not have to do with anything else but little YT girls being messed with. If it was little black girls or little brown girls or anything else, it would have not mattered. But because it is YT girls, that is the issue. That's the straw that's going to break the camel's back. Now you want transparency. Now you want a list. What are you going to do with the list if it comes out? If Trump is all over every picture that is with Jeffrey Epstein, and the fact that the last standing girl, I cannot remember her name, I'm so sorry, but she's not here with us anymore. She said she was introduced to Epstein at Mar-a-Lago. You don't need nothing else. You don't need anything else, okay? You don't. But the fact that the Republicans have set that down, and let me make something very clear. The Democrats gave Pam Bondi 60 days to release it. That's what the amendment was about. You have 60 days to release that list. It ain't happening. It is not happening. But you know what is happening? We're going ahead and we're getting that the defense budget. I think Elon is about to get quiet again. Because the U.S. military announces that they will start relying on Gork, Elon's AI, Gork, that praised Hitler. They're going to be using his AI system. That's $200 million contract. Good morning. A $200 million contract is about to go to Elon. That's why Elon's quiet. Elon ain't said nothing else. Have y'all heard? Like, he stepped back. He was on Frumpy's ass. Now he's quiet again because they gave him something to be quiet about. Elon only talks when there's money that is not being put on his hands. He only talks when he's not getting paid. And I went and tried to find the pros and cons of this AI Gork situation. And baby, it's not good. There are benefits, but there are also negatives. So the positives of AI in the Defense Department is it'll enhance national security. So faster threat detection using AI surveillance, facial recognition, and predictive analytics. It'll improve cyber defense through AI that detects and responds to hacks faster than humans. Okay. Decision making and support. AI can analyze data in real time to provide general analytics with clear and fast insights. And it reduces fog of war in high pressure, fast moving combat situations. So AI can also power drones, vehicles for reconnaissance, logistics, and even combat. And it reduces human risk in the battlefield. Okay, so those are the positives of having Gork in the defense system. But baby, the negatives. Oh, and it saves costs, it saves money, simulation and training advances, da. But let's get to the negatives of having Gork in the AI system. So, autonomous weapons and ethics. This is the rise of killer robots. So can we say Terminator? In the 90s, I grew up watching the Terminator. I never thought I would actually be in an area where Terminator could actually exist. But there are little robots running down the streets in Korea, playing with the kids. I'm not lying. Go look it up. There are robots running down the street, playing with the kids. Their job is to occupy the children. That's not even funny, but I'm dead ass serious. They are occupying the kids while the mom cooks and cleans. So y'all keep that in mind. So the rise of killer robots, or AI making life and unaliving decisions, raises serious moral concerns. I don't want a robot deciding if I can live or die. I'm just not cool with that shit. In warfare, one bad decision based on AI can cost lives or provoke a war. Agreed. It could provoke a war. Algorithmic bias. If AI systems are trained on a biased data, they can misidentify targets or discriminate in surveillance. AI, black people. Okay? Remember they tried that shit using AI surveillance to figure out who and what we were, and they were misidentifying people based on their facial recognition. They were misidentifying people. That can happen now. Let's just say AI decide, okay, we're looking for Muslim people with hijabs on. You could fire on anybody at that point. You could fire at anybody at that point. In warfare, one bad decision could be based on AI and can cost in lives. Cyber vulnerability. AI systems can be hacked and manipulated. Okay? No system is non-hackable. This is not the movies. No system is non-hackable. And let's be real. Elon's been hacked a couple of times by Russia while he was in Doge. Y'all remember that, right? While he was in Doge, Russia was being hacked. A whistleblower came in and said, Elon's systems were being hacked by Russia, and they kept getting in. So imagine an AI system running our defense system, and AI gets hacked by one of our foreign adversaries. They gonna have full control of our systems. They gonna have full control of our government. They're going to be able to send out information to our several areas of Army, Navy, Air Force. It could be catastrophic if this ever got hacked. It could be catastrophic for us. Our defense systems would be down completely. There would be nobody running that shit. And I'm not doing any fear mongering, but no system is unhackable. And allowing an AI system to take control of our defense systems in America and all over the country in every base, that is a problem. That is a big ass security risk. Forget headsets sending out text messages. This AI could be hacked and all of our shit is out there on the dark web. I'm just putting it out like that. And maybe it won't happen, maybe it will happen. It could turn powerful tools against their own creators. Yep. It sure could. All our information will be out there. Every war plan we have, every defense we have could be leaked. Could be leaked. Loss of human oversight. Our reliance on AI may cause humans to abdicate critical thinking or command, especially in complex conflict zones. And I agree. I am all for us learning AI, but at the same time, we should not get comfortable with just using AI. That means we're going to get lazy. That means we're not going to be using our critical thinking skills. And during wartime and during our defenses, we don't need to rely just on the computer analytics, because humans are not computers, and the way they move will not be based on a computer algorithm. It won't. A computer cannot predict everything a human being is going to do, because human beings are unpredictable. I'm in the morning, I'm in a good mood. By 5 minutes, I want to cry. We're not predictable. We cannot be put into a machine and determine what we're going to do. So I do think this is a very dangerous game that the Trump administration is playing. And they're playing with our lives. They're playing with our lives, allowing AI Gork to go into this system and be a part of the military. And this shit praises Hitler. I don't care if that was a mistake or not. That means you have issues within your system. That means you have issues within your system if you're allowing that to happen. That is what it is. Damn it, go off. I don't want that right now. I can't do it. I can't do it. And once again, what the hell? I don't think that this is an America First situation either. You know, I hear Republicans always talking about America First, America First, America First. Putting AI in front of us is not America First. Y'all, please stop asking me if I'm sending y'all messages. I am not sending nobody shit. Okay? If you're getting a message from somebody talking about marketing skills, asking you to move followers over to a new page, it is not me. I have several people using my likeness and stealing my videos to get y'all to fall for some dumb stuff. Don't do it. Don't fall for it. I'm not big enough to get a blue check, but I'm big enough to have several pages created in my image, and I cannot stop them. So it is going to be up to y'all to figure it out and use your critical thinking skills to say, would Nene do this shit? Does Nene know anything about marketing? Has she ever said anything about marketing ever in her life? No. That ain't me. They steal my shit, they steal my likeness, and I cannot do anything about it. I'm sorry. But I'm not big enough to get a blue check. I don't have a fucking team behind me helping me with this shit. I am not signed to anybody. I don't have a manager. I don't have a talent manager. So nobody's going to help me get these people offline. The best I can tell y'all is to stop following that shit. I don't send emails. I don't send text messages. I don't ask y'all for money. I don't ask y'all to give me marketing advice. I don't ask for none of that. There's a close group knit of people that I only talk to and I send shit out to, and they already know who they are. I'm sorry. It's not me. My bad. Okay. Who? Savannah asked, Savannah Chrisley is talking about running for the senator, running from Senate. Now, I think she's lost her damn mind. Savannah, you are not educated enough. And I hope y'all send this to her. Savannah Chrisley, you're not educated enough to run for any office. Airhead. Okay? Just because you got your daddy out of jail, don't mean nothing. Worry about deflating the cheeks before you worry about running for somebody's office. We don't need no more y'all. Okay? Sooner or later, you're not going to be recognizable. You're going to turn into Christy Nome. Let it go. Stay on reality TV. You got your daddy out. Stay on reality TV. We don't need that shit. We don't. Chicago is in trouble. If you are in the Chicago area, be prepared. As school is about to open, y'all are about to lose over 1,400 teachers and special ed assistants. Y'all are about to lose over 1,400 teachers and special ed assistants. So classes are about to be tight. Chicago is in debt. They have over a $730 million deficit. And they had to counter that by letting go thousands, almost thousands of teachers. I am so sorry. Now, many people are questioning the city and the leadership who stood behind illegal immigrants and spent over $630 million to support them. I ain't getting in the middle of that shit. I'm just reporting it. I'm not getting in the middle of that. Do I think that immigrants should be helped? Yes, I do. I absolutely do. But do I think y'all should be cutting teachers? I absolutely don't think so. Chicago is already in shit. We need educators. This world cannot keep moving without an education. We're going to be in a room full of idiots. The blind leading the blind. You cannot get rid of teachers. Are the most vital thing in this world. If we don't have teachers, we don't have shit. And I don't know where that got lost in translation. I don't know how that got lost, but it's definitely lost in translation. Kenya. Not Kenya Moore, the country Kenya. Okay, let me mix it up. Not Kenya Moore, the country Kenya. Kenya is dropping visa requirements for nearly all African countries and Caribbean countries. Okay? All African countries and Caribbean countries, y'all can go to Kenya and do whatever well y'all want. They are opening their doors. They're opening their doors to encourage travel, trade, and cultural exchange across regions. Go ahead, Kenya. I love that, but can y'all open the door for African Americans? I said African Americans. Y'all ain't say shit about us, and I feel some type of way. Why we not included? We can contribute a lot. I'm just saying. You listed everybody and their mama, but you forgot us. But Libya and Somalia are not included in this policy. What did Libya and Somalia do? What Libya and Somalia do? Don't tell me to go to Ghana. I want to know why I ain't invited to Kenya. I know Ghana is lit, but we need options, okay? Because when shit hits the fan here, we need to be able to jump ship without no requirements, okay? We need to be able to jump ship without any requirements. You said they have offered U.S. citizenship, no questions. I just want to know why we wasn't involved in this situation. Now, I'm going to tell y'all right now, Frumpy is trying to send, ever since the Supreme Court, I'm not calling it Supreme Court anymore, I'm calling it Trumpy's court. Ever since Trumpy court said that he could now ship undocumented immigrants to any country he pleases. Nigeria said, you got us fucked up. Okay? Nigeria said, we are not accepting anybody from the United States that don't belong here. Now, Trump is trying to do this in every country in Africa. He is trying to stronghold African countries by using tariffs as a threat. He's trying to use tariffs as a threat. And just like Burkina Faso's president said, we don't need your shit. We don't need the American dollar to make it. And I agree. Y'all don't need the American dollar to make it. And you don't need to be accepting any of these undocumented immigrants. You don't need to be accepting any of these people. They are not your job. They are not your problem. That is Trump trying to unload his shit onto somebody else. That is not your responsibility. If they are not your people and they did not come from that country, send their ass back to America. Send them back to America. They don't need to be nowhere else. That's just it. Sorry, not sorry. I don't know if y'all heard this, but more than 200 children in China were hospitalized with lead poisoning after staff at a kindergarten school were caught adding inedible paint to decorate the students' food. They painted the students' food with regular paint. Sausage, corn, buns, steamed red cakes, all those foods are intended to give to kids. And they painted them with regular paint. 200 babies in kindergarten are all hospitalized. That it, baby, me and those people would have to see each other. We would have to see each other. You put regular paint on my baby food. Regular paint. Who does that? Like, y'all ain't even have to paint the food. The kids gonna eat the food any damn way. You ain't got to paint it. They gonna eat that food. They hungry. It's lunchtime. I don't think you would have to paint it. Here's some, I don't know. I could be petty. I could be petty about this shit, but I'm trying not to be petty because this is my first day back and I'm trying to keep my mental health mentally. But Israeli soldiers are now grappling with the severe psychological and physical exhaustion following the prolonged fighting, genocide, Holocaust that they're creating on Gaza Strip. Some of the Israeli soldiers are now starting to take their own life. Oh, well, who said that? Who said that? Maybe if they wasn't doing dumb stuff like that, maybe if they would stand up against their own country, they would not be trying to take their own lives because they knew what they did was wrong. Who said that? Who said that? Oops. I don't feel bad because 80 Palestinians were unalive trying to get water, and majority of them were children the other day. Children trying to get water were unalived. The youngest being a 2-year-old boy. What does a 2-year-old boy have to do with this? A 2-year-old child was unalive trying to get water because they were thirsty. Babies being taken out because they were thirsty. And y'all worried about a fucking Epstein list? That's why I call MAGA has selective rage. Y'all don't give a damn about kids being unalive because they're thirsty, but you want to know who's on an Epstein list that may or may have not been pedos to YT teenage girls. But y'all don't care about little babies being unalive for getting water. Water, because they thirsty. That's why I think MAGA is so uneducated. This is why I think y'all don't have, all y'all screws are not matching. Because a lot of y'all will sit up there and y'all will get on somebody's platform and y'all will be like, who'd you vote for? And they'll be like, Donald Trump, because he has, conservative values and he believes in Christian values. Didn't God say, love thy neighbor? Do you think God would be okay with children losing their lives because they were thirsty? Oops. Y'all are not godlike. And I wish y'all would stop using God as actually God is now used as a fear tactic when it comes to Christians now. Especially MAGA. Y'all use God as a fear tactic. Y'all don't use God in the right way, and God should never be used for any political reason. But most conservatives that say they voted for Trump, they voted for him because he had Christian values. He's not even a Christian. And everything this man is doing is not Christian-like. Jesus would never walk with anybody that made money, okay? He would be with the wretched, okay? He would never walk with any of y'all. He would not stand next to Donald Trump. He wouldn't even smell or breathe the same air as that man. But y'all are okay with this. Y'all say protect babies only till they're born, because y'all are stripping food from them. Y'all stripping their education system from them. Y'all stripping their health care. Y'all stripping SNAP. It is crazy how being poor is being scrutinized and being put up for judgment. Being poor is wrong. But being the 1% snatching food out of people's mouths is right. And this is what MAGA voted for. And I get tired of y'all getting on this app saying, I didn't vote for this. Yes, you did. You voted for this. You knew what that man was about, but you didn't care. Because you thought it wasn't going to affect you. You thought it was only going to affect people that did not look like you. When this is a classism issue and not a race issue. Race was the driving force of the Republican Party. Classism was the driving force of the Democratic Party. I think y'all forget that. Racism runs the Republican Party. Classism runs the Democratic Party. With the Democrats, we're looking at lower class, middle class, and then the 1%. With Republicans, y'all think about white people first, and then everybody else should come last. And with that, y'all will always lose, because no matter what, you're going to be affected depending on your class. And that's why this big, beautiful bill is about to rip a big ass hole in a lot of y'all pockets, including people that did not vote for it. I seen a woman on here saying that she apologized for voting for Trump because she didn't know that she was voting for her children who are disabled to lose their benefits. She has 3 disabled children. They're all on Medicaid. She's on SNAP. And she is this. She voted to get her children's rights taken away. And her excuse was, I was not educated enough. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it in the most polite way. Republicans choose not to be educated. Y'all follow blindly. And it is because y'all see a white man standing in front of you and you think that he is right. That's the reason why you followed that man. Is because he was white and he wore a suit and tie. That's it. It wasn't because of his failed businesses. It wasn't because of him cheating the tax system. It wasn't because he's allegedly on the Epstein list. It wasn't because he was a convicted rapist. It was because of one thing and one thing only. Y'all wanted white people to come first in this country. And y'all end up selling yourself short because y'all sold y'all rights away. Just for that. Just for a white man. Y'all sold y'all rights away for that. Now you get no Epstein list, but you also don't get no SNAP. Education system is about to be cut completely. And what have y'all gotten from Trump that he said he was going to do? Besides deporting illegal immigrants and trapping them in alligator Alcatraz, which is costing taxpayers millions of dollars. Yes. Alligator Alcatraz is costing taxpayers millions of dollars. Speaking of that, baby, Bank of America said the U.S. dollar is about to fail. The U.S. dollar is on the board of collapsing. The U.S. dollar is on the brink of collapsing. And let me get that for y'all so I can read it up so y'all can be prepared. We're on the brink of our U.S. dollar collapsing, and it is because of Donald Trump's tariffs. It is because of the big, beautiful bill that added almost $5 trillion to our deficit. But I know you love alligator Alcatraz. We get that, white folks. Y'all don't have to say it. I get it. I know y'all love anything that has to do with racism. I get it. We know that about y'all. It's okay. We know y'all love to hate anybody that doesn't look like y'all. We get it. Golly. We know you're racist. We get it. So, Emmy, get off my goddamn counter, you little shit. Sorry, that wasn't you. My bad. My bad. I love you. That wasn't you. I'm sorry, Emmy. Sorry. My bad. Sorry. So I know people like, what does that mean? What does the U.S. dollar losing anything means? Yes, I have a cat and a dog, Becca. It means that the U.S. dollar loses a lot of value fast. It would buy as much as it's used to. Like your money is shrinking in your pocket. So let's just say today the U.S. dollar is worth 50 cents in other countries. No, the U.S. dollar is worth $5 in other countries. If we're losing value, and let's just say I'm in Mexico and I trade that dollar in and I get $5 and I go back down there a year or two and now I trade that dollar in and I only get $3, that means my money is losing value. So how could the dollar collapse? And I did a step-by-step analysis on how it could collapse. One, the U.S. government borrows a lot of money. If it keeps doing that without enough income from taxes, which will be raised, which is going to be raised for us, okay, anything under the 80% of the country is about to pay more taxes. People and countries will lend us more money. Will lend us money, may lose trust in us being able to pay it back, i.e. China. We are in debt to China. China holds our pocketbook. Okay? And if our U.S. dollar loses money, we're not going to be able to pay back our debts. We're not going to be able to pay back anything. We're going to be broke. Printing too much money. If the government prints a lot of dollars to cover its bills, it may flood the system with money that makes each dollar less valuable, like water down the drain. Okay? It will definitely collapse us. 3, foreign countries will ditch the dollar. We already see what's happening with BRICS. Okay? BRICS, I think it's called BRICS. BRICS is coming up. Yeah, that's like African countries, Russia, China, all them coming together and they're creating their own money system. That is going to collapse the U.S. dollar. That is going to bankrupt us. Okay? So, right now, the dollar is the world's main currency. Countries use it for trade, oil, and savings. If they decide to stop using the dollar, maybe switch to Chinese yuan or digital currency, the demand for the dollar dropped, so does its value. Okay? Loss of confidence. If Americans around the world stop believing in the strength of the U.S. economy or government, they might dump their dollars. Dump that shit. That can cause a panic, like a bank run out of currency. We can go broke. Okay? Real life effects for everyday people like us. If the value of the dollar starts going bye-bye, prices are going to skyrocket. Gas, groceries, and rent. Everything will become way more expensive overnight. Not in a couple of days, not in a couple of months. Overnight, we will see an increase of everything. Savings lost value. Your $5,000 savings won't buy what it used to. It'll be like watching your paycheck shrink without your boss changing your money. That means our paychecks will be smaller. Even though we're working 40 hours, our money is going to go down. Interest rates are going to jump up. Loans, mortgages, car notes, credit cards, everything is going to shoot up. Everything. Imports will get more expensive. Phones, clothes, cars from other countries. If the dollar is weak, we will be paying more, which we're already paying more now because Trumpy has threatened to up tariffs on the EU and fucking Mexico. God damn it, I can't breathe. Every time I think we getting a break, this man starts doing some more dumb shit. Like, I need not to put taxes on Mexico. Not to put tariffs on Mexico because I need my fruits and vegetables. And some of our main source of fruits and vegetables come from Mexico. It will be a total collapse of the U.S. economy. We will be a real third world country. Like, for real. A real third world country. If this happens. If our dollars, and it is because of the tariffs. Now, they're saying that Trump's big, beautiful bill and the tariffs that he is adding is going to mess us up really bad. Like, inflation is up 2.7%. From the 2.3% it was in February, it is up 2.7%. And they're not bringing inflation down. Trump wants the inflation to go down. He wants us to say that it's not. But it's hard to bring interest rates. He wants interest rates to go down, but it's hard when inflation is going up. And the reason inflation is going up is because he keeps adding to the deficit. He keeps adding tariff wars to everybody and their mama, which is not doing anything for us, but it's making his buddies rich. Because every time he announces a tariff war, his buddies go into the stock exchange and they start trading off. They start doing major trading. That is what's happening. He's doing this for his friends. They go into the stock market. They start dumping shit. They start adding shit because they see it's going to attack the stock market. It's a grift, a big ass grift. Now, speaking of tariffs, Trumpy has decided that he is going to threaten Russia with 100% tariffs if they do not strike a peace deal with Ukraine within 50 days. Who believes this shit? I'll wait. Who believes that? I'm just asking for a friend. Who actually believes this man is going to do that? Because I don't believe that shit. He said he's going to supply Ukraine with Patriot missile batteries and weapons. How the hell am I going to get to the bathroom from here? Gotta blow my nose. I gotta blow my nose. But I can't let y'all see me because I ain't got no shorts on. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. My bad. I gotta put on some shorts next time. I hope nobody saw anything. My bad. My bad. I had to slide out the frame. Shoot. I ain't want to put on no shorts. But yeah, so Trumpy is giving them 50 days to make a deal, but it's not going to happen. Putin is not going to cave. Putin is not going to make no deal with nobody. If Putin actually makes a deal, I will be shocked. I'll be in shock and awe if that shit actually happens. And let me make something very clear. Trump says that NATO will be paying for these weapons. Frumpy will not be supplying them for free. Even though Ukraine is our ally, Frumpy will not be supplying anything for free. And then he praised Putin as he was, I don't get it. He's praising Putin. This man praised Putin as he was saying that they have a, tariff war coming up. Americans, do not go to Cuba. You will be fined $250,000. Americans who travel to Cuba for tourism could be fined up to $250,000 as a part of new measures signed by President Trump on July 1st. Keep y'all asses out of Cuba. They announced tougher restrictions. Tourism to Cuba is now legally restricted. Yes, legally restricted. Foreign investments will face insured barriers. Transactions with Cuban military-linked entities are banned. Internet access and free press efforts will be supported. Trump said these policies are to aim to promote free and democratic Cuba. A free and democratic Cuba. I don't know what the hell that means, but okay. Critics include economics argue that more of the same and will hit ordinary Cuban families the hardest. This is just to drain Cuba. It has to be. It has to be to drain Cuba. Now, 20 states have filed a lawsuit against Trump for withholding billions of dollars over after-school and summer programs. So, let's see. Y'all know they froze it. Now, they froze this money because it also helps undocumented immigrants. This money is also to support undocumented immigrants, okay? And that's why it was frozen. But this funding funds for teachers as well and other programs besides that, hey, love. And they need this money. They need this money. School is about to start in the next couple of weeks. We ain't got time for this shit. We don't. On Monday, more than 20 Democratic-led states took action, filing a lawsuit to compel the Trump administration to release these funds. The lawsuit, spearheaded by California, argues that withholding the money breaches the Constitution and various federal laws. If the funds are not released promptly, many low-income families could lose access to after-school programs, particularly urgent, as some schools are set to reopen July, early August. That man don't give a shit about the middle class or the lower class. Any class at that, he don't give a damn. He really does not care. There are a lot of Democrats, and this is about them. I'm about to take a shot at the Democrats, and y'all can be mad at me if y'all want to. I'm about to take a shot at the Democrats, okay? There are several Democrats that are being supported by Aipac. One of the largest people that get money from Aipac is Hakeem Jeffries. A lot of Democrats are not backing Zohan Madani because they are being funded by Aipac. Aipac is Israel's money. They are able to lobby in our government without being labeled as a foreign entity. And I'm going to tell y'all like this. This is bullshit. Because there's no way in hell we need to let Como in. Como is completely backed by Trump and the Trump administration. So is, what's his name? Well, you know what? I can't remember his name because I can't stand his ass. Eric Adams. So is Eric. Eric is also funded by the Trump administration. Andrew Cuomo is on the defense team to back Benny Boy against the UN. He's on his defense team. Because Benny Boy is up for judgment. So for every Democrat that is not backing Zohan, because you're being paid by AIPAC, please remember that midterms are coming. And I don't give a fuck what side of the coin you on. If you're being paid by AIPAC, you need to go. And this is my opinion and my opinion only. How can America be first if y'all are being paid by Israel? How can America be first if you're able to lobby and you're being paid by Israel? And this should be I'm sorry, but MAGA should be the most upset. MAGA should be the most pissed off because y'all speak about America first 24 goddamn 7. That is y'all shit. America first. How y'all America first when all of our funding goes to Israel so Israel can have free schools, free lunches, free health care, free everything? And y'all have to pledge your loyalty to another country that we helped build. And I'm speaking to MAGA alone. Your leaders help build a country that now we must bow down and be loyal to. Your children can't get a free education because we're paying for Israel's children to get a free education. Your children can't have free health care because we're paying for Israel to have free health care. On top of that, you can't get what you need out of your people that you voted into office because Israel has paid and funded them. Your cities, specifically, and for an example, Texas, Hot Wheels Willie refused to give government funding to a city because they refused to pay Israel any money. Jews did not build the U.S. Jews didn't have money to build the U.S. Most Jews came over here after the Holocaust. Y'all gave them the opportunity to build that money. You want to know why? Because y'all didn't want black folks to have shit in America. So y'all gave them the land and the opportunity. Why? Because they look like y'all. And now what are they doing? They're making y'all bow to them. They're making y'all bow to them. And I'm saying y'all because y'all keep voting in the people that are being paid by them. I say come midterms, anybody that is funded by AIPAC needs to go. And anybody. And if you don't think Jewish people in Israel have respect for Christians, they don't. I've seen so many videos out of Israel where they spit on priests. They spit on people who are of the Christian cloth. They want to fight them on the streets. I've seen that. They don't care for y'all Christians. Y'all are not the real children of God according to them. It's only one child of God according to them, and that's them. And y'all sitting there talking about I love them. Y'all need This is why they say that Republicans read on a 6th grade level and their comprehension is on a 6th grade level because they do not compute anything. They think because they look like each other that they have the same values, and they don't. They don't have the same values as you. Even though your values are warped, they don't have the same values of you. I'm just being honest. If you don't like it, oh well. But them over there, they think that they're the one and only true God's children, which is not true because God corrected that shit in Acts. He made it very clear that anybody that worships him, anybody that loves him is his children. They are not the one true children. That prophecy was debunked, and some of y'all still falling for that shit. Lost in the sauce. So I think anybody that is supported by AIPAC need to get the hell out of office. Nobody needs to be receiving money from a foreign country. Yes, and Israel is a foreign country. Nobody needs to be receiving aid from a foreign country, including Democrats that run for office. That should be the first question we ask come midterms. Who is backing you? Where's your money coming from? Because Zohan ain't took no money from nobody. Not one damn person. He's not taking money from anybody. We don't need anybody up in here that's going to put Israel first. Call it what you want. I don't care. But I am about America first. I'm about America first. We got to fix our own shit before we can fix anybody else's shit. And according to them, they living good. They laugh at us because we're funding everything for them. They think it's a big old great happy big ass family for them. And this is where I agreed with Mark Cuban and Obama. Obama said Democrats need to toughen up. And Mark Cuban says y'all need to stop saying Trump sucks. And I agree. That is just not going to cut it. What y'all need to start telling these Republicans and these MAGA lovers who are not educated enough to understand what's going on, y'all need to start drawing a picture, hitting them inside of their home, letting them know what they are about to lose inside of their house. Not the big world stage, because they don't understand that shit. It's not computing to them. Most of these people that voted for Trump thought that they were getting Christian conservative values, and they're not getting any of that. And that's how y'all need to start breaking it down. In your house, who is on Medicaid? Who has a Social Security? Which one of y'all are veterans? Who wants to go to college? Y'all need to start hitting them with those questions. Because in that instance, everything is going to start making sense to them. Everything is going to start making sense to them. Like, oh shit, my Social Security is about to be cut. I need that shit. What you mean I'm not going to get SNAP? My Medicaid is about to be cut. So all the hours that I worked my whole life to put into Medicaid and Medicaid and Social Security, I don't get. And let me make something very clear to y'all. Social Security is not free. Social Security is not free. You pay for that shit every time you go to work. Every time you get your check, Social Security is pulled out of your check. That is not anything free. You earn that shit, whether you're Republican or Democrat. You earn that money. That money is supposed to be yours. It is not supposed to be taken from you to be funded for a fucking dome around the United States. Or for Trump to have tanning beds wherever the hell he wants. Or to give the 1% who don't pay taxes at all a cut. Because that's why he took your Social Security. Medicaid does not pay you any money. I know that a lot of y'all have a lot of misinformation being put. Medicaid doesn't pay you shit. You can't get no money from Medicaid. Medicaid can't give you any money in your hand. That is just to help you with your medical bills. That is just to help you with your medical bills. That is it. And let me make something very clear. No undocumented immigrant can get anything of government services. They cannot get Social Security because they don't have a Social Security number. They can't get Medicaid because they don't have a Social Security number. They can't get SNAP because they don't have a Social Security number, y'all. Y'all got played. Trump made it seem like illegal immigrants was the issue. And they can't get shit. But the ones that do, they pay millions into our tax system. And we just lost that. So you know who's going to have to pay for it? The 80%. Our taxes are about to go up because now we've lost that money. Let me make something very clear. They've gotten to the point, now that they started ramping up ICE raids at farms and stuff, farmers are now asking nurses to volunteer their hours to go pick in the farms. I bullshit you not. There is a post in my video where there is a flyer in a hospital asking for nurses to volunteer their time in the morning to go pick blueberries so they don't lose the crops. Asking them to pick blueberries so they do not lose the crops. And you want to know why? Because farmers that are running these farms right now, they say Americans are lazy. They cannot handle the job. Farmers who are looking to replace immigrants because they no longer have them They are lazy. And they're not talking about us. They not talking about us because we ain't out there. We won't be picking shit for nobody. They talking about y'all. They not talking about us. They talking about y'all. They say y'all are lazy. So, farmers across the U.S. are struggling to replace lost Hispanic farm workers and are finding that many American workers either quit after a few hours or aren't able to handle the physical and mental demands of the job. Historically, efforts like the 2011 enforcement actions in Georgia and Alabama showed American labor often lasted a single day before walking off, leading to significant crop damage and financial losses. Meanwhile, immigrant workers, particularly those on H-2A visas, because you have to have a visa to work on some of them farms, remain indispensable, as even automation solutions aren't yet capable to fully replace the intensive manual labor required, which means that immigrants are better than the goddamn machines. Immigrants work faster than the machines on those farms. We ain't great yet. We ain't great. We not even close to being great. And baby, I did a little digging because I wanted to know what this would cost us when it comes to immigrants leaving this country. So, oh, thank you. Cool. If all immigrants were suddenly removed from the United States, especially those working in agriculture and food production, it will cause severe and immediate harm to the economy, food supply, and society. When it comes to food shortages and prices will spike. Okay? There'll be less food to go around. Who grows your food? A large portion of the U.S. agriculture, especially fruit, vegetables, and dairy farms, is done by immigrants. Immigrants, not Americans. Immigrants. Dairy, vegetables, and fruits. Those farms are ran and conducted by immigrants. Many of them undocumented. Yeah. Many of them undocumented. So, if those workers disappear, like they're being disappeared now because, let's see, Stephen Miller and Trump said they want 3,000 people to be rallied up every day. Every day they want ICE to ramp up 3,000 immigrants a day to be shipped out. If those workers disappear, crops will rot in fields, which I've already seen videos of crops rotting in fields, literally. Milk production will drop. Processing and packaging foods will stall. Y'all better start going back to canned foods. Y'all better start going back to canned foods real quick. Y'all better start racking up them canned foods. Because the way it's looking like we about to have real food shortages. Because who the fuck finna work in farms, bitch? I'm going to tell you right now, you try to get black folks out there, you're going to have a problem. A real big one. The result, grocery prices skyrocket, shelves empty, and food insecurity worsens, especially for low-income communities. And what happens when low-income communities start to suffer? They go into the top 10% communities and they start robbing the fuck out of y'all. Eat the rich really becomes a thing. They're going to start looting and booting, and they're going to come for them first. They're going to come for the top. They're going to break into y'all homes and they're going to get what they need. Y'all make the lower class suffer. Y'all going to be paying for it. You see, y'all better go through history. Y'all better go through history. Because when the people at the bottom start suffering, there is an issue. Now, the United States got smart. Because when slaves became free and Irish people were indentured servants, and I'm going to make something very clear, Irish people were never slaves. They were indentured servants. They got paid for their shit. Okay? Irish people were never slaves. They were indentured servants. They got paid for their work. When black folks became free, the 1% in America had to figure out how the fuck to get everybody on their side because white folks on the lower class and slaves were struggling. So what did they do? They started separating us by race. So the white people who were actually poor would not rise up against them. Because then they'd be like, oh, I'm white. And I may be poor, but I'm white. I may be hungry, but I'm white. Why would I band with somebody who's hungry too? They're not the same color as me. The 1% played us back then. They played us. And they separated us from race to get us away from classism. They doing the same shit now. Actually, they did it when y'all voted Trump in and y'all let them play y'all like a fool. So once people start getting hungry, the rich is going to be the first people we attack. And I'm saying we because the bitch going to go hungry too. I'm saying take them for what they got. They better start fleeing the country now because I don't think anybody's going to save them. I don't think anybody going to save them once we start going hungry here. Because going hungry and watching your children go hungry, that is desperation. That is no longer, oh, it's okay, we'll be fine. No. When food shortages start happening because we have nobody in these fields, we have nobody in these dairy farms, we have nobody in these vegetable fields. When food starts going shorter and shorter, shit is going to get real. And then y'all gonna realize what the fuck happened. It will not be an option. Now, the economic collapse in agriculture is another thing that's going to happen once undocumented immigrants are removed completely from the United States. The U.S. agricultural industry is already facing labor shortages with immigrants. Removing all immigrant labor will cripple farms, especially in California, Texas, and Florida. Midwest meat packing regions as well. So, many farmers will go bankrupt. Many farmers will go bankrupt. Rural economics will suffer. That means y'all in these small ass towns that have one street light and gravel roads, y'all the ones that's going to start suffering before the inner city starts to suffer. And thousands of American citizens in farming adjacent jobs like equipment, transport, markets will all lose income. Like John Deere? That's going to go problem. All these tractor and trailer supply, bankrupt. That means people that are working in those places are also going to lose money. That is a trickling down effect. Everybody's going to go broke. It is going to start affecting everybody. It's like Jenga. You pull one, everybody falls. Labor gaps in essential industries. Immigrants aren't just on farms, okay? I know y'all like to think that, but immigrants are not just on farms. They're on construction, landscaping, hospitality, elder care, and nursing homes. You know, all those people that y'all put away because y'all don't want to see them no more. Yes, elder care, nursing homes, food services. These jobs are hard and often low wage, and many Americans are unwilling to take them. Yes, I worked in a nursing home. That shit is not easy. I watched 3 patients leave this earth in a nursing home. Never doing that again. Results, delays in construction, closed restaurants. Y'all know all them little Mexican restaurants y'all like? Won't be happening. Overwhelmed elder care facilities and general slowdown in services Americans depend on. Your little favorite hotels are going to shut down. They ain't got nobody to work them. They're not going to be willing to pay the wages that should be waged. Can someone get that girl out of here, see my news? I can't stand her. I don't know where they come from. Every time I come around, she up in here somewhere. Now, collapses of urban economics. Many cities depend on immigrant-owned businesses, from corner stores to tech startups. Yeah, immigrants are not just in those low-income wages. They're in other places as well. So, billions of lost tax revenue will close small businesses and widespread unemployment. Loss of innovation and talent. Immigrants founded 40% of the Fortune 500 companies in this country. Trump was talking about deporting people like Elon Musk. They make up 40% of the Fortune 500 companies that keep this country rolling. I.e. Google, Tesla, Pfizer. Many STEM graduates in the U.S. universities are immigrants. That will lose tech, science, medical innovation, while countries like Canada, China, and Germany will pick them up, and they have been. Okay? They've picked up a lot of our professors that have already escaped this country. They've picked up a lot of our scientists that have been fired from their jobs of doing research that will keep this country going. Yes, they are taking our people, Americans included. If y'all not watching, our scientists are leaving this country in a rapid pace, and they are being accepted by the EU, by China, by Korea, by Canada, by Mexico to continue their research, to make innovation better in their countries. We're going to be fucked. Social tensions and moral decline. As mass deportation or banishment scenario would break up millions of families, with many of them being U.S. citizens' children. Yeah, they were born here. They were born here. Who has brain drain? Somebody get her out of here. I don't know who you're talking to, Kendra, but you got to go. I'm not even going to check to see what you meant. Trigger humanitarian crisis. They're already saying what Trump is doing is inhumane, and it may be against what's it called? United Nations may be placing sanctions on the United States for cruelty and inhumane conditions. Yeah, we're doing some inhumane shit. It's unhuman what we're doing. And I'm saying what we're doing because I'm part of America, even though I'm not doing it myself. Okay? It will lead to global backlash. Global backlash and damage America's imagery as far as democracy. People and countries will start to turn on us. They will start to turn on us. They will see us as inhumane. They will see us like they see Afghanistan. They will start seeing us like they see North Korea. And the world stage will turn their back on us. And we will be left with nobody but Trump. I cannot. Hold on, y'all, I have to switch because one phone is going dead. The other phone is, hold on. Sorry, y'all, hold on. All right, we're going up. Okay, so that's what's going to end up happening. And increased xenophobia and civil unrest. That means people here in America will start turning up. That means we as a people will start flipping on our own government. We will try to bring the house down. You know how many regimes have fallen by their own people? You know how many regimes have fallen by their own people? When you fuck up enough, people will start to get tired. And you ain't got enough people to battle everybody in America. You don't have enough. You just don't. In short, if immigrants are removed from the U.S., we would face food crisis, economic collapse in key sectors, a slowdown in innovation, a serious damage to the morale and global standing. Immigrants are not a burden. They are foundational to the functioning of the United States of America. And that's just a fact. This country is ran off of nothing but immigrants. Slaves, we were immigrants. Chinese, Asians were immigrants. Mexicans, immigrants. Not immigrants, but you know what I mean. Native Americans, not white. I'm just going to say immigrant because non-white. Non-white folks. Non-white people that see them as only Anglo-Saxons. You know how I was watching Burning Mississippi last night. I don't know why. I just decided to watch Burning of Mississippi. And if y'all go to the clip where the mayor is speaking after he got talked to by the two FBI people in the theater, if y'all go to that movie and go to that part where that mayor starts speaking, you would hear Donald Trump. We are white Anglo-Saxons. We have to secure the white race. We don't want to mix anything and anybody. This country needs to be saved. Go watch Mississippi Burning, and you will understand what the Trump administration really wants from this country. I watched that last night, and I listened to how the mayor spoke and how the governor spoke of Mississippi. and how they were moving. It's a purity thing. It's to preserve the white race. You know that, I'm supposed to be reporting this tomorrow. Do you know that Kristi Noem has ordered that everything on the government website for the United States of America, everything needs to be, the word justice needs to be removed. Justice, equality. Those words are being removed right now. They're being erased. Those are considered diversity, equity, and inclusion words. Justice, equality is being considered DEI words. Woke word. I never knew that justice was a woke word. Everybody seeks justice when they're done wrong. This is the kind of shit that's happening in the background. They're removing those words. That means the Constitution is about to be fucked up. We, the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice. That one part, establish justice. That one part is gone. You can stop right there. They're removing that shit from the government website, the United States of America, the White House website. That is being removed. Justice, which makes the Constitution invalid right now. We, the people, in order to perform a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote general welfare. That shit will no longer matter. Schoolhouse Rock, bitch. I still remember that hoe. Just saying. I'm just saying. This is the kind of shit we are going to have to worry about. On top of the collapse of our education system. Trump is being allowed to demolish the Department of Education. 1,400 staff have been removed. On top of that, I have watched as foreign ambassadors are being removed from their places. He's literally trying to cut off the United States from everybody. Foreign ambassadors are being cut off. We're no longer going to have U.S. embassies in certain places in this country, in this world, which is not healthy for us. Who is also like that? North Korea. Some people can't even leave North Korea. Some people can't even leave North Korea. They are trying to cut us off from the world so they can run this country the white way. The white way. This is what is going to end up start happening. And I hope y'all are paying attention. And the gerrymandering in Texas, we already know what they're trying to do. They're trying to make sure Republicans still have power in Texas. If you are a Texan and you don't want that shit to happen because you already know Hot Wheels Willie don't give a shit about nobody, if you blame DEI for what happened in that city where that flooding was happening, slow as you slow as, because that town, that county refused millions of dollars to update their systems from Biden. They didn't want the money to update their systems, and they're still trying to make excuses on why so many people lost their lives. And now they want to blame DEI. DEI can't be the problem for everything, especially since y'all removing it. What, all the white folks there were DEI, and that's why what? They weren't alerted? No, it's because the weather systems have been cut. Predictions have been stopped. Warnings have stopped going out because they don't have enough people. Why? Because Trump cut that. Because he needs that funding for the 1% in his big old gold dome. But hey, that man can spend he spent over 30 million now in the last 6 months to go golfing. Y'all ain't worried about that, are y'all? That man can go golf whenever he wants on taxpayer dollars. But he can't send funding and FEMA on time to a state that voted heavily for him, that are losing people on a day-to-day basis. Where are y'all? Selective outrage baffles me. And the only reason it baffles me is because that y'all don't give a shit about anything and anybody. Because y'all thought this white man was going to be y'all savior. And I'm going to keep... everything is about race in this country, whether you want to realize it or not. Even morning, noon, and night is based on race. It's based on when slaves were allowed to eat and when they weren't allowed to eat. Good morning. Morning is a fucking race term. Going to a picnic is race. The dollar that you switch every day in your hand is race. This country's foundation is racism. And that's why we can make everything about race. And it's not because we want it to be about race. It's because y'all only know that part. And I'm saying y'all that believe that y'all come before everybody else, y'all only know that part. That is why immigrants are being pulled out of this country. That's why y'all don't want Democrats in office, because most of them are what? Minorities. Women, black, white, Muslim. That's why. Y'all don't have Christian values because God would never walk with y'all. And I'm going to keep saying that. Christianity equals hate now. It does not equal what it used to equal. I'm not sorry for that. Y'all have literally changed that religion into a hateful religion. And y'all move through that religion, which means it's no longer valid. Christianity is no longer valid. I don't care what nobody say. Christianity is no longer a religion to me. It's a cult. As long as MAGA holds on to it, as long as white Christian nationalists hold on to it and use it for hateful ways, Christianity in this country is no longer a religion. It is a cult. It is used to spread hate. It is used to promote racist antics. It is used to put women under control. It is used to force children to have babies. It is used to put women and children in cages, separate families. It is used to take money and take funding from people in lower class areas to feed the rich. It is used to unpopulate areas. It is used to de-educate people in this country so they can be slaves mentally. Conservative values is another way of racism. Y'all have literally turned the religion of Christ into racism and a cult. You should be ashamed of yourself. Because if Jesus was here right now, y'all would vote against him. Y'all probably deport him. Because, oops, I'm going to say it. Jesus was an immigrant. Oh, Jesus was an undocumented immigrant if he came here. Jesus is an American. Who knew if Jesus actually spoke English? I don't think Jesus spoke English. Not in that part of the country. Not in that part of the world. I don't think English was spoken at that time. I'm just thinking, let's be real. Gaza, Palestine, where Jesus was born. I don't think they spoke English before Christ or after Christ. So he would be in this country speaking a different language. He would have a very dark tan, kind of similar to mine. Hair like wool. Ooh, this is what wool looks like. Hair like wool. Jesus was an immigrant. And he was born out of wedlock. You would call him a bastard child. His mother was a child when she had that child. His daddy was never around but spoke to him every now and then. His daddy let him get sacrificed. And you know who sacrificed him? The rich. You know who had him on that cross? The rich. The rich. The rich. The 1% put him on that cross. That's why y'all could never be close to that man. That's why y'all could never get anywhere near that man. The way you believe is on the totally opposite side of what this man was as he walked this earth. He is nothing like y'all. He is more like me. He is more like the immigrants that are crossing the damn border. He is more like Muslims. He is more like Mohan Zanati than anybody else. He is not y'all. The truth is ugly. And reality is, y'all are not of God. Not even the Jewish people that believe what they believe and they treating Palestinians the way they treating Palestinians and they're creating another Holocaust, they are not of God. They are not of God. They are not God's children. And yes, everybody will be judged on that day they step in front of those gates. And most of y'all elevators are going to go down. And if you ever make it to heaven, heaven does not exclude people based on race, gender, sex, who they love. It's how you treat people while you're here. And there's one thing I've learned by watching a race of people that have invaded every country to the point where you can't even tell what the real people of that country look like, is that y'all hate everybody. The hate in y'all heart is out of fear. Y'all fear so much that y'all hate. And if somebody that claims to be so of God and so Christian-like and so close to God, you would not have that much fear in your heart. You would not carry that much hate. You would not have that fear. God, Jesus didn't have that fear. Fear can only mean that you are scared of something. Because what? The retaliation on you is going to be great. And I don't think anybody on this earth is going to give y'all the retaliation that y'all deserve, because no amount of retaliation can amount to the devastation that y'all have created around this world. No amount. The retaliation is going to come from the man above. No matter what. Nobody can give y'all the retaliation that y'all deserve except for God. The way y'all have destroyed countries, destroyed lives, destroyed cultures, destroyed people. We can't give y'all that. Only he can. And I think that's why y'all fear so much. It's because y'all know y'all come from a lineage of hate. And so y'all use God as a cult belief that y'all are number one, when actually y'all are not. And this is why most people don't follow y'all. And this is why we call y'all a cult. Because if you have the belief that you're going to use Christianity and Jesus in the way to fear monger everybody and a way to get your way in this world, you're not of God. It is what it is. And that man is an immigrant. His mother was an immigrant. If he had any children, they would be immigrants too. Y'all don't get it. And maybe I'm digging too deep. Maybe my brain is just, a little bit further out. But it went there. It went there. And I sometimes I feel bad for y'all, because y'all know not what y'all do. And y'all think because y'all are white, which is a social construct, it's not even a race, it makes y'all absolved of all of the things that you have done or benefited from. You may not have created the system, but you benefit from it. And since you don't speak against it, you're just as wrong as the people who created it. You're just as wrong as the people created it. I can't be a racist. I didn't make race a social construct so I could keep people down. That's the one thing I really would love for white people to stop calling other people, which I know y'all won't because y'all use that so y'all can make yourselves feel better. I can't be racist. I didn't create the social construct to keep people down. I don't have that power. My people don't have that power. We never enslaved anybody. We never used and abused anybody. We never stole a whole human to satisfy our needs. We didn't put people in internment camps because they looked different from us and they spoke a different language. We didn't create that. The only people in my eyes that can be racist is white folks. I don't see nobody else. Now, other races can be anti-black or anti-Mexican, but I don't think they can be racist. Because that was not created. It was created by one group and one group only. Y'all love that word so much. Keep it. It belongs to you. I don't understand why y'all don't want the word. It belongs to your people. You can't take it away. It belongs to you. Enjoy it. Love it. It is yours to carry. You should get that tattooed on y'all back. Y'all shouldn't say I'm a white Christian nationalist or I believe in conservatives. Y'all should just say I'm racist. That's what y'all should start saying. That way, y'all can feel better about yourselves. Embrace it. You know when they say once you get something off, they get the monkey off your back, you feel better? I feel like y'all should start getting the monkey off y'all back, figuratively speaking. Just go out and say who you are. Be proud of it. Just say, I'm proud to be a racist. I'm proud. I see myself as superior. I don't believe any other race should be above me. I feel like I should be king of all. I'm just being honest. If y'all were honest about who y'all really were, y'all would feel a lot better. And so y'all wouldn't have to go around calling other people racist or calling other races racist. Y'all wouldn't have to say that. Y'all would be like, nah, that's me. That's who I am. And I represent it hard. And then y'all would be able to stop walking around with masks on when y'all do marches. Y'all would be proud of who y'all is. Y'all would stop hiding y'all faces. Y'all wouldn't need the pointy hats or the MAGA hats or the face mask. Y'all wouldn't need none of that. Y'all would not need anything of that sort of nature. Y'all wouldn't hide behind bots. Y'all wouldn't disguise yourselves as black people on these platforms so y'all could say racist stuff. Y'all would use your own faces. But you won't because you're afraid. You won't because you have something to fear. And that's your own self. You fear yourself. You fear everything that you are because you know what you are is wrong. And you know it's wrong. You know who you are and how you feel is wrong. And so you hide. You hide behind bots. You hide behind your white woman tears. You hide behind, oh, I'm a white man in America and I'm being discriminated against because somebody got a job that I felt like I deserved, even though they were overqualified. You hide. You ain't gonna be able to hide from God. You're not gonna be able to hide from God. You hide behind the church. You hide behind the Bible, which that Bible is a lie any damn way. You hide behind Christianity, which is just a joke coming out of your mouth. It's a joke. It's a joke. Y'all have made Christianity a joke. And it's sad. And I know I went off on a tangent. Alligator Alcatraz. They did that in the name of Christianity and God. Alligator Alcatraz is an internment camp. That is a concentration camp. 30-something people to one room in one toilet with water coming out of the same toilet that they pee and poop in is disgusting. People eating maggots. There are actually maybe U.S. citizens in that internment camp. Trump has now advised all red states to create an alligator Alcatraz. He's encouraging red states to create an alligator Alcatraz. So we're about to have internment camps popping up all over the country. Internment camps popping up all over the country, concentration camps. So I honestly think the Jewish community should start standing up right now. This is where the Jewish community should really be speaking. I hear silence. The Jewish community should be the first community to speak out against this because their people actually went through it. You don't hear shit. Just like you don't hear anything about that American Palestinian who was beaten to death in Israel. You don't hear Trump talking about that at all. An American citizen beaten to death by Israeli soldiers. Crickets. Crickets. And he's an American. Crickets. This is just... But all we care about is the Epstein files. That's all we care about. The Epstein files is the most important thing to MAGA people. That's all they care about. They don't care about losing their housing. They don't care about losing money. They don't care about their taxes going high. They don't care about their children not being able to get an education. They don't care about food being snapped and stolen from them. They don't care about the rise of inflation, the rise of interest rates. They don't care about the food shortages. They care about the Epstein files. That is their hill they're going to die on. That's the hill right there, the Epstein files. But you know what I am going to say? There are 40 seats up in the House. There are 40 seats come midterms. We need all 40 of them fucking seats because we need to get the Supreme Court out. Yes, did y'all know that the Supreme Court can be impeached? We can impeach their asses. And a lot of them need to go. It needs to be evened again. It needs to be 3 Democrats, 3 Republicans, 1 in the middle. We need to get 3 of them out of there. We need to start all over because this shit is not working. It is no longer the Supreme Court. It's Trump's bitches. It is no longer the Supreme Court. It's Trump's bitches. There is no balance in this country. Not one bit at all. If you are in Arizona, you need to get your ass out and vote. There's a special election right now, and you have a Gen Zer running. Her name is Deja Fox. She wants to upset the system, and she's doing it the right way. She's not just talking about it, she's being about it. Get y'all asses out there and give her that seat. That seat has been long held by Republicans. Deja Fox, with 2 X's, needs that seat. That is something we need. I don't give a fuck about y'all saying both parties are bad. I'm getting tired of hearing that shit. Because they wouldn't be bad if y'all actually voted right. They wouldn't be bad if you actually voted and put the right people in office. You cannot dismantle a system from the outside. I know a lot of y'all leftists like to sit up in here and y'all like to think that, oh, I'm just going to blow it up from the outside. No, you got to blow it up from the inside. You cannot do it from the outside. You stand outside just running your damn mouth. All you doing is talking. All y'all do is run your mouth. Y'all ain't doing shit else. Until you are inside that room making the decisions, then shut up. Because you're not doing nothing from democracy. All you're doing is splitting votes, making it harder for us to correct shit. You're splitting votes to make it harder for us to correct shit. That's it. Because if that's the case, where the fuck is Jill Stein? Where the fuck is all the people that were running their mouth? Where are they? Nowhere. Nowhere. They not running their mouths no more, and they won't until they start running for another seat so they can collect y'all money. But the people that are still there running their mouths like AOC, Deja Fox, and everybody else still trying to make things change, y'all shitting on them. But y'all not doing any work from the outside. You can't complain sitting on your ass and having your hands tied behind your back. Now y'all just mouthpieces. Make sure y'all go out if you are in Arizona and put your vote in. There is another ship that is going to Gaza. There is another Freedom Flotilla that has just left Italy. They are going to try to break the siege in Gaza again. Let's pray for them. We know they're going to be intercepted again by Israel, but we don't know how long. Yes, I've heard of Isaiah Martin. That's why I said gerrymandering in Texas needs to be stopped. And y'all need to put y'all voices out there. I'm making that very clear. Is there anything else I am missing from today? There is the pneumonic plague busting out. Not the bubonic plague, the pneumonic plague. Pneumonic plague is worse. People are getting sick. Okay, and one person has lost their life in Arizona to the pneumonic plague. You know, the kind of shit the CDC tracks. It's crazy how we losing all this funding for everything, and now we actually need them to start doing research because we need a fucking vaccine. Nope, we ain't got that. And whoever hacked Elmo, I hope your hands break. Whoever hacked Elmo, y'all wrong. Out of everybody, y'all had to leave Elmo alone. Elmo ain't do nothing to y'all whatsoever. That was messed up. Last but not least, I'm going to slide over. For all my black women in the room, y'all keep asking me what I use in my hair. I had a bald spot a couple of years ago that I created on my own because I kept tying my hair up in one section. My girl Extraordinaire, I tagged her in my video. My bald spot grew back in weeks. In weeks. She helped me. This helped grow my hair out right here. It helped grow my hair out. I've been using this for 2-3 years now. She just sent me a whole, stuff I ain't even asked for. She just sent me, but I appreciate it. Okay. I appreciate it. So, and this is a black girl with a head full of hair. She is in New York. Her name is called Extraordinaire. I don't put shit out here that I have not used myself. This is something I've used myself. Hold on, let me put it up in both places. Screenshot it. It is EXTRAORDIN. It is in my video at the end of the video. If you go watch my recap video, it's at the end of my recap video. Thank you, sweetheart, because I needed some more of this really bad. And like I said, I don't put shit out that I have not used for years. I have used this shit for years. And it has helped grow my bald spot back, which was my fault. I was tying my hair up in the wrong place. Can't see the bottle. Hold on. Sorry. Here. There you go. Screenshot it. She's got all products. Thank you. All right, peoples. Please make sure y'all go watch the video. And I will see y'all tomorrow with the recap. Have a good day. Stay unstressed if possible. And I will see y'all later. Bye. In the nick of time, because I got to go to my meeting. In now. Well, it won't let me end. Okay, in now. Will it let me end? Yeah. All right. Bye, YouTube land. And thank you for whoever gave me $10. I appreciate it. Mwah, mwah, mwah.